Alright, so let's start from the beginning. You pull up on the fire ground and you are putting your truck into pump gear. So we'll go ahead and do that. You'll notice on the SAM screen it's waiting for pump gear for it to do anything. So it's going to recognize as soon as it sees interlocks are met, it's going to switch to the auto mode in SAM. So truck's in gear, operator hops out of the cab, and the first thing you're normally going to do is open your tank to pump. SAM already knows that you're in the pump gear, so tank to pump is already open. You can see that here in the center. You can also see it over on the other screen. And so now you're ready to deploy your lines. So we've got 2 lines set up. We've got our initial attack pre-connects already laid out, and they're ready to go. So the operator now, as soon as they get that call for water, all they need to do is I'm going to swipe right here. As soon as I let this go, it's going to charge that one and ramp it up to 70 psi. So let's do it. Alright, so we got our first line flowing, it's charged up. Let's do our second line. We've got the second one right here is the left rear. I'm going to swipe this up here and it's going to go ahead and charge. Alright, so let's get the lines running again. My left rear, my right rear. Now, what do we do if we want to run something that is not one of our quick sets? We would go in and we would tap add line, and we'll run the forestry turret. So tap forestry turret. I can either drag the 90 in here as the quick set on that screen, or I can increase the pressure. So let's increase it to say 75 or 80 and hit yes. That's going to now open the valve and run your forestry monitor. And then we've already got our intake hooked up, so all we're going to do is we're going to swipe this guy over here and it's going to transition to intake. So as it's transitioning, you can see it's blinking. It's telling you that it is making that changeover. Once we get to our hydrant pressure, we'll see that pressure come up. You can notice on these guys, it's going to maintain both of those discharge pressures throughout that transition. And here's our pressures coming up. That intake's opening nice and slow. So we got plenty of water left in the tank, so it's open and slow, minimizing that change to the discharges and the impact on the guys on the hand line. It's still finishing that opening transition. Once it's done, that'll turn to a solid blue on that line, and you'll know that you've got that complete transition's been made and that intake's open. So now our intake's fully open right there. You'll notice here, it tells you your hydrant's been established. Close the tank to pump. Notice that tank is disconnected from here, so your tank is moved, meaning it's closed. And now you've got some arrows over here that are showing that tank's being refilled. As soon as the tank gets refilled, it's going to shut that tank fill off, all the while not having any interruption to the guys on the hand line. So we've been flowing that whole time. We got to get water, so we've got a porta tank on the other side. We're going to switch to draft. So there's a toggle right here, powers up in hydrant, looking for a pressurized source. So I'm going to toggle that down to draft, and now I'm ready to hit my porta tank. So I swipe my MIV here. First thing it's going to do is run the primer. Now it's pre-primed up to that MIV. Now the MIV is opening. So the MIV is going to open. You'll notice that the tank to pump will close as soon as it's open, and the tank will start to refill also. So you can see here on the left, the tank is refilling. All right, so to close our lines down, very simple. There's a couple different ways to do it. First way, let's close our left rear pre-connect. You go to the discharge control screen and just reduce that pressure to 0. As soon as I hit close line, it's going to shut that down. Close line. and it shut that line off. The other way to do it, it's even easier. So let's go to that right rear pre-connect, and I'm going to drag this clothesline into the center. As soon as I do that, it's going to shut down. And now we're done. So when you shut down, all the lines are done, and you're ready to switch back to tank. It's as simple as dragging tank back down to the center, and it's going to show you that the intake is closing as it blinks. It's indicating the intake's closing, and it's switching back to tank. You'll start to see the intake pressure will drop back off as the valve closes, and the tank to pump will then open up again, and it'll show you that you switched back to tank.